views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Is Generation X. That's me. I was born in the 70s. And we're, yeah.
Oh, like 79 or like 73?
I'm not talking to you about this. After 12.
But like, you don't say nothing night, like, you know, like kind of, you know.
Christina, can we stay on script? This is why I have it.
What? Like sometimes you act your age and sometimes you don't. And this is one of those moments where it's like, wow, like this lady's really. Anyway.
You call me a lady?
I did call you a lady. Hello, 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 beautiful people.
What did I fucking tell you about the dog?
Yeah, you were right.
I fucking told you. You gave them the idea.
Sir! Prime Minister!
Dylan!
Not good at all,
Now, can we stop the arguments, all right? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. You want my number?
Sorry, Jeremy. Jeremy. Jeremy.
Thank you. I can't be going that way and that way at the same time.
Over here, please, Jeremy.
There we go. Everybody got their shots? Have you all got your pictures? You all right? Thank you. Thank you for cooperating. Really nicely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
A great victory. Thank you. Well, I can't go on because they've suspended hat. And a beer to go with it.
Hello, 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 everybody. As you can see, Simone is being silly with her cell phone. But we want to welcome you to today's episode of In the Now with Chris and Sim.
But you have Sim and Chris up here.
Listen, man, every week we go over this.
Just saying.
Every week.
It's anyone who
Oh
knows.
my gosh, I love it. I love the lower third. Thank you, Selena.
Sim
We
and Chris.
appreciate your hard work putting the shows together.
It should be Chris and Sim
and
for
being
alphabetical
our
order.
producer. In any case, today's show, we have a lot of things going on. We have interesting guests in the studio today. It's been a heck of a roller coaster for the Conservative Party, both of them. And we're also going to be talking about climate change a small bit, whether it does exist or if it doesn't exist.
Grant hates this.
I know.
Grant
That's
hates the
why I
topic
put
of
it in
climate
today's
change.
show.
Okay.
That's why I put it in.
Grant, this is for you.
So, yeah. So today in the studio, we have who we've dubbed within, the My TCN
Big up
TV
himself.
network.
Yeah.
Toronto's very own Tyler Perry is here in the flesh and in the blood. We're going to talk about the UK election results, which happened less than 24 hours ago. We're going to talk about what happened with our very own, the Canadian Conservative Party, how they're doing. We're going to talk a little bit about Greta, and then we're going to talk about lies.
Grant don't like Greta either.
Black lies, white lies, pink lies, orange lies.
There's not that many.
So that's going to be happening towards the end of today's segment. So you've got a lot of things. We've got a lot of things on our plate today.
I'm so proud of you.
Why?
Because you planned the whole show.
But I do this all the time.
No, you don't. Very proud of her.
I literally have
She's
2
grown.
shows under my belt.
She's grown.
2 shows, not a lot of shows, but I got some shows. So at the top of wasn't the season. At the top of today's segment, we saw a video of Boris and Jeremy voting. Unfortunately, this guy won. So the Conservatives have a majority government in the United. Look at this guy. He even looks crazy.
Look at his hair.
So
Why is his hair yellow?
Unfortunately, he has a majority government. One of the biggest turnouts for the Conservative Party in the UK since Margaret Thatcher.
I wonder why.
I think it's just that whole right-wing politics is kind of taking over.
Okay.
With our friend Kweku Trump and them and there. So those kind of sentiments I think are really heavy.
They had their largest votes, it says here.
Yes.
Since 1979.
Yes, since Margaret Thatcher. That's a lot of votes. That's a lot of people.
I didn't say anything about 1979.
That's when you were born?
Yes. It was a good year. I don't even know if you knew who Margaret Thatcher was. She's a very powerful woman. So that's a big deal.
But she also made she took away the milk, man.
The milk?
Yeah.
What do you mean the milk? Actually cow's milk?
No. So what happened was back in the day in England, we used to get milk at school, right? And that was kind of to strong teeth, healthy bones, blah blah blah.
You don't need milk for strong teeth and healthy bones.
Gosh, we're not gonna do this veganism thing again.
Calcium. There's other ways to get calcium by eating raw foods and vegetables.
Nobody likes raw foods and vegetables.
We are the only species who drinks milk from another animal after
You know what? That's okay though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, because we have dominion, because we're the strongest.
Go ahead. Lactose intolerance. Continue.
I'm actually not even lactose intolerant.
I am.
See, that's why, because you can't enjoy things like ice cream and dairy. That's why you're hating, but it's okay.
Okay, so she took away milk.
Yeah.
That's why you don't like her.
That's one of the reasons that I'm aware of that directly impacts me, sort of, kinda.
How do you think this is going to impact England?
Well, first and foremost, the NHS is going to be greatly reduced. So he's planning on privatizing it. So privatizing, think of what the US has to go through with their healthcare. That's what's going to happen. I personally am really worried because I have an uncle who's sickle cell and he relies heavily on the NHS. So that is definitely, I feel, going to directly impact his life and his living conditions.
Of course.
And I feel that Boris was not a good call. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about going back home to the UK. I really don't. I feel that.
Home?
Yeah, I was born there. You know this. You didn't know this? All these years you've known me, you didn't know I was born in the United Kingdom.
I have no idea.
Really?
I swear. Okay, so that's why you're so drawn to the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, got it now. Got it now. I thought you were Canadian.
You think you know somebody.
Bye.
Anyway, on the next segment, we spent way too much time on this segment. On the next segment, we're going to rush to talking about Greta and Andrew, and we're going to talk also about Quebec. Stay tuned, y'all.
See you guys soon.
On In the Now.
Being recognized as Time Magazine's Person of the Year will not automatically strengthen Greta Thunberg's climate campaign, but her impact as a teenager shaming world leaders for their inaction is undeniable.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you!
A tough as nails 16-year-old galvanizing people who fear the effects of climate change but don't know what to do about it. Thunberg inspired 4 million people to join the global climate strike on September 20th, including 10,000 in Halifax, where this environmentalist marvels at her success.
So old white men weren't enough. Middle-aged white women weren't enough. A lot of people in developing states weren't enough. Greta seems to have come along at a important social movement tipping point.
She's been met with sarcasm from U.S. President Trump and attacks on her character from right-wing commentators who call her mentally ill. Thunberg has Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism. She calls it her superpower. On Twitter, Thunberg called the Time magazine honor unbelievable. At this United Nations climate conference in Madrid, Thunberg's message was about...
Hey, Simone. What are your thoughts on climate change?
Our climate's been changing since
Okay.
I was a kid.
What does that mean?
Okay, so reality, everything goes through shifts.
Mm-hmm.
This is just Mother Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was young, they've been talking about climate change.
Right.
So it's just a part of being on Earth. Like, they're making a bigger deal about it, I think, sometimes for a reason.
Uh-huh.
I think
What's
there's
the
a bigger
reason?
agenda. I think there's some money things behind all of it.
Okay.
There's always something to do with money. I always feel like there's an agenda
Okay.
behind a lot of this stuff. I don't go into it because I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
You kind of are.
what? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. What? Okay. I'm a little bit of
Now,
theorist. Just a
let's
little
not
bit.
lie.
But I just think that you know what? I know that we need to do better with our Earth. I think to the extremes that some of these corporations are going.
Right.
But you guys, all of a sudden they're pushing these new cars. Remember we bought that car? What's that car called? The tank?
Tesla?
Yeah.
The Cybertruck?
The Cybertruck?
Yeah.
All these things that they're trying to push. Like,
What's wrong with the Cybertruck?
isn't it like geo-friendly?
Yeah. But what's wrong with that, though?
Well, I guess that there has to be a problem with the climate for them to push a geo-friendly truck, and then for what's his name to put down $100, asking people to pay $100 for a car that's not even like made yet. Like, just saying, people think about it.
All right.
Think about it. Think about it.
Okay.
So can we move on from that now?
So how do you feel about Greta being named Times Person of the Year? Do you think that she's like made that much of an impact?
I just think they needed a poster child, like anyone else. She's a poster child. This kid, she has autism. I think she has Asperger's syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a great poster child to use. Why not? Right? Again, if there's an agenda, there's an agenda. They're going to do whatever they can. Look at your face. You're looking at me like, Simone.
I'm listening to you intently.
Okay.
Active listening.
Okay.
Isn't that what you teach?
Yes, that's
Of
what I
course.
do.
So you see, that's what I'm doing.
But that's how I feel about that whole thing. And I'm sure
Okay.
other people may have their feelings about it. Please feel free to leave in the comments. what your
Yes,
thoughts
please leave
are
us a comment.
about Ms.
We
Greta
welcome
and
comments.
Climate change, what you guys think about it. Again, I'm not saying that nothing's happening, but I just think that there's a deeper behind all of this.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Mr. Andrew leaving the Conservative Party of Canada? Bringing it back to local news.
He looks so passionate.
I don't understand why all the conservatives look crazy. Like worldwide. Like Trump looks wild, Boris looks wild, this guy looks... They look evil, don't you think? I don't know. That's just my personal opinion.
When I heard he was gone, I was like,
See, look at him. Look at his hair. That alone. I mean...
I commented on it. And I don't know. This is just, without getting racial. Leave it there, actually. Nothing
So
to say
this
to it.
guy is no longer the head of the Conservative Party in Canada as of yesterday.
I heard about this.
So people think it's because of his comments regarding the LGBTQI2 plus community about abortion.
Did you get all the letters?
I think I got them all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got them all.
I don't think you got them.
I think I
you missed
did.
a few.
Which one?
They keep adding new ones.
No, I think I got, you know what? Guys, gals, people, in the comments, let us know if we got all the
Say that
letters.
again.
LGBTQIA2 plus.
You know what all those stand for?
I think I can do it. So L for lesbian, G for gay, B for bi, LGBT, T for trans, Q for queer, A for asexual, I for intersex, two-spirit, plus I think is like etc. et al. Kind of situation. So I think I got them all.
Okay, you probably did. Good job.
I know.
Good job, Christina.
I know.
So you think it's because he made some comments towards them?
Yeah,
it's like
and I think
anyone who makes comments towards them, they're like.
But I heard this comment. I heard the comment. It was really brazen. I'm not gonna lie.
What did he say?
He was like, if you're gay, you're going against nature. He literally said like those exact words. And I feel that was strong. Very, very strong. But to end off this segment, we're going to talk about what's going on in Quebec right now.
Okay.
So in Quebec, if you're a public servant, there was a law passed which basically said that you cannot wear any form of religious garment. So you can't wear a cross, you can't wear hijab, niqab, turban, none of that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big one there.
Yeah, so it's called,
Wow.
I think it's called Bill 21. And essentially, this week, I believe, Quebec's highest court was like, yeah, we're going to still keep that law in place. But we do accept that it is derogatory, and it is, what's the word I'm looking for?
Non-inclusive?
Not non-inclusive.
Well, it is.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with non-inclusive. That's not the specific word I was looking for, but it's basically discriminatory.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
The people are fighting to basically have the right to be able to wear their religious garments as a public servant. So this means teachers, police officers, people at the border, some types of security guards not being able. And this is I feel it's a really French thing. Because France has something very
from
similar.
Canada from time.
That's true.
They don't want nothing to do with us. They want to keep their little like quotas.
I don't feel like, I don't know, but I just don't feel that Quebec has the right to do that.
Yeah, well, people are always going to try.
That's true.
People are always going to try a thing. But this is why they want to separate, because I really don't think they want anything that's outside of them there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just that French people are snobby.
Yeah, Daniel said that like when he went to Montreal, he said that unless you're like literally in downtown Montreal, like every other part of Quebec is just racist AF. So it's like
they don't want nothing to do with us.
Is
Canada's
this like
too
another
multicultural for them?
Maybe.
See, because here in Ontario we honor everybody, religion, ways of being. Like most, I'm saying we're not saying you can't. There's no law in Ontario that says you can't. Right? Like we have police officers who wear hijabs.
Yeah.
Sikhs who wear their turbans.
Yep.
Right? Like it's accepted here. You can be who you want to be in Ontario for the most part.
For the most part.
But in Quebec, they're like, nah, we want to separate from you guys because you guys are too free. You're too two-spirited over there.
Not how I would have ended the segment, but go off, sis. So our next two segments, we have members of Crossfield House Productions in the studio, and they're going to be sharing a bit more about lies and lying and productions and theater and acting. So stay tuned, y'all.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
World-famous spiritual astrologer and psychic Pandit Sai is born to serve people. He's an expert on palmistry and horoscope. He can handle all problems and give Vedic solutions for business, job, love, marriage, husband and wife problems, children, personal, and many others, including depression. He also performs pujas to clear all sorts of obstacles. Call Pandit Sai and see changes in your life now. 647-766-1419. Located at 2895 Derry Road, East Mississauga, Airport Road and Derry.
Hey, y'all. So if you notice, we have...
Hey, come, Christina. Come in more.
What?
Whoa. Come in more.
Our first
guest
guest
ourselves a little bit more. There we go.
Okay.
Look at it. Look at it looking all cleanly with the green.
Love it. We love it.
And you know what I like? That she matches. She matches our like funky 80s.
Do you see what I did there?
Yes.
You saw what I did there.
Appreciate
I love it. And the dungarees and the overalls.
Yeah, man. Go on with that. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. No, you can do it.
Go ahead. You prep the show. Do it. Do it.
Pressure.
Honestly. Anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. So we know who you are. We know your background. We've done a little research. But for the viewers, can you tell them about who you are, what you do, why you're here? Not on this earth, but like today's show.
Yeah, sure. Hi, guys. I'm just looking in the camera.
You know what? Do whatever you want.
Okay.
The camera will pick you up. Do whatever you gotta do. Yeah.
Well, my name is Sheronna Osbourne. I am an actress, a writer, a producer. I'm also a costume buyer for film and television.
Okay.
And I am the VP and one of the partners of Crossfield House Productions.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Oh, bring it a little closer?
Yes,
okay,
please.
got you.
Okay. So my biggest question was this. I went on y'all's website because I'm a web designer, so I go on websites.
Yeah.
And I noticed a key word that I kind of wanted to challenge you guys and ask you why you guys have it there. So the word is not a big word. It's a really small word. And in your guys's, I know that's wrong English, but bear with me. You guys say that you are a new production company.
Yes.
But y'all have a lot of stuff under your belt. So how are y'all still new? Like, wouldn't you consider your guys to be, you know,
seasoned?
You know,
there's that word. Seasoned.
I mean, you're right. New is subjective, right? Because our first play was in 2017.
Okay.
So technically, we would be going on like 4 years coming up, right? But for us, because we're still like learning every day and figuring things out as we go, I guess that's why we consider ourselves new. And it's kind of like we don't want to like be like, oh, we know everything and we have everything perfect yet. So I feel like when you attach like the new, people are a little bit more like forgiving of your, you know. So that's kind of like what the vibe is. Yeah.
Are you okay with that answer, Christina?
I am, but then I looked at the work and I'm just like, this is work from people who are experts in their field.
Wow,
this is work that's from people who are like, you know, they've been in their craft for a while.
Thank you.
So when did you start writing? Was it like something you picked up when you were a kid? Was it something that kind of came a little bit later in life? When did that start for you?
I started writing when I was a kid.
Okay.
And it was just like through journaling, that sort of thing. When I got to high school, that's when I really started to fall in love with poetry and that kind of thing. So it was that. And I never really tested my hand at script writing only until like a few years ago.
Wow.
And then being a part of CHP now with Troy Crossfield is where I'm being more challenged and stretched in that area. And, you know, that's like his zone all day. And I'm kind of like coming in with my little 2 cents, like, oh, I think it, you know, and then that's how it's been like growing and working for me.
So did you have any type of formal training in writing, or was it just something that was a passion that you just leapt into?
Yeah, no formal training
love it.
in writing. It's truly just from the heart, from the creative mind, you know. Yeah, and we're really just operating in our gifts, and we're so thankful for that. Yeah.
Awesome. So I have a big question. It's a big question for me personally.
Mhm.
Here's why. So that day, what's her name? Marcia Brown came to my church and did a skit. And so I'm from Ghana, West Africa, right?
Okay.
So
Shout out
I
to
never
Ghana.
understood why, from what I noticed, like Jamaican or Caribbean culture had this like attachment with theater.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that, or what is that? Like, can you like break it down for me? Because I never understood it. But like when it came to that particular event, like everyone's like, we gotta bring Marcia in, and I was just like, why is there so much love for theater? Like, where did that come from, in your personal opinion?
Well, I would think. Well, I could say that ever since I was a child, even my parents in their younger ages, my grandparents, I've always heard about theater in the Jamaican culture. We have like real staple OGs in our culture, like Oliver and these sort of, you know, who have been doing theater for years. So even before, like I know now the film world is just kind of getting into Jamaica, but theater has always been a part of the culture. As for why, truthfully, I mean, I feel like it's the reason why people love the arts, period. It's a bit of an escape to some degree. It's an opportunity to express and mirror real life, you know, and add the comedy or add the drama in terms of entertainment. And I think just Caribbean culture, Black culture, any culture really has always looked to the arts for that sort of release, expression, or escape. And I think that's probably why it's so big in our culture.
Cool. Sam, you've been like super quiet.
You know why? Because I've just been waiting, because I do have some questions.
Yeah.
So I always ask creatives this, especially West Indian creatives. So you hail from Jamaica. You already said it. Okay, so what did your parents say when you were like, I want to be a creative?
My parents were supportive from day one.
That's so beautiful.
Already, I don't
Thank
know
you.
but I love you guys.
We appreciate you.
Yes, I love them so much.
She could be something else besides a doctor, lawyer,
or engineer.
That's right. That's right. Listen, I had like a real short dream of being a pediatrician like back in the day, but then I saw like the schooling and I was like, so I'm gonna pick up this theater book.
Right.
But no, really, you know, I am an only child, so I grew up around a lot of my cousins and stuff, and you know, dancing and singing in the mirror. You know, everyone in my family can be like, yeah, that was Sheronna. Like, so now when they see me and they come to my shows and that sort of thing, it's never this thing of like, oh my God, I never thought. It was always like, yeah, we knew. You know, so I'm very, very, very thankful that I've always had the support of my parents for this, and that kind of just. My dad is saying, you know, what car he wants, you know what I mean? Mom's talking about what house she wants. So they are all in this dream right now.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Before you have another question, I have one about the play directly.
Okay.
The movie. The play that has turned
into
a movie, big film, soundtrack, all of that.
Yes, all of that.
I went to the play and absolutely loved it.
Thank you.
Tell people about your role in all of this. Yeah, and by the way, whoever did this,
yo, honestly, where did the blazer come from?
Yes.
I want one.
Whoever did your this,
very beautiful.
Good job.
So shout out to Kofi Morgan, who actually was our photographer for this. Troy's blazer is from a wonderful designer and friend named Rowan James. And your girl styled the whole thing, because you know that's what I do. I take care of my people.
Of course you did. I love it. It's beautiful.
It's
so that's
awesome.
your main role. It's just like taking care of making sure people look.
One of them. Yes.
One of them. What's the other one?
Okay. So so thank you for coming to the play. You have to see the movie.
I'm gonna see it.
So my character, I play the female lead. Her name is Stacy White, and basically, what Stacy represents in the film for Michael's character, who is the lead character, is pretty much his sense of home, his sense of belonging, his sense of grounding. Stacy has her own past. You know, I was a dancer, like an exotic dancer before. I have a child. I'm a single mom. You know, all of these things, right? But I too, as Stacy, is trying to find my happy ending. You know, through Michael, through myself, that sort of thing, and that's kind of the condensed version of who I am in the play and the movie. And I do serve as the costume designer and creative director for everything that CHP does at this time. That is my day job. I am a costume buyer for film and television. So in short, when I'm not acting, I'm dressing actors. It's always what I like to say. So yeah, you know, I get to bring the characters to life more through the costumes. You know, so even with the movie, when you guys do get a chance, you know, we go with, you know, warm tones for family stuff. We go with more gray, cool tones for when, you know, Michael's being rough with somebody or whatever the case may be. So all of that is something that is consciously decided on.
I love it. Even this scene here?
Yes, this was our beginning days. This was like our first photo shoot for a little white lie, which was back in 2017. So, you know, we've definitely grown a little bit from then, and you know, it helps when your whole cast is fine, though. You know what I'm saying? The men and women, all of them, all the black excellence. You know what I'm saying?
All of them. I stamped that with approval. Every single one. It was just like this. I was just watching it like. And the thing about it was okay because my partner was there and he was doing the same thing, but I understood. I'm like, they all look at it, right? Wow, so, with this guy. Great play. Great. I loved it. You guys definitely have to see it. So when we come back.
Yes.
We have Tyler Perry here today.
Yes. In the flesh, y'all.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
Representing for T-Dot. Guys, we'll see you soon on
In the Now.
My name is Trish Curling, and I am an online coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher, and your new host of Shaping Life, which is all about understanding that we have the ability and the control to take charge of our health and wellness. But we can't do it alone, and I can't wait to sit down with the best in the industry. Please tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. live here on the TCN Network.
I need you to come with me to my family dinner this weekend.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to process two things right now.
And this little white lie app is gonna change the way people communicate.
Damn!
You didn't answer my text.
I have cancer.
Get the hell out. Get out.
Mom, Mrs. Myers, are you okay?
I need a favor. My mother's sick.
Trying to check my phone again to see if you are online. Don't you know that another one I swear a million times.
Hey, y'all. We're back. We're back.
So excited.
I'm so
nervous.
I'm more excited. I don't know, like, honestly, I don't
never
understand
thought I'd actually meet
why
Tyler.
you guys are coming with this
I'm
nervous
so
energy.
Nervous.
Why are you guys doing this? You know, you guys are so annoying. Because both of you have TV experience. One of us here, last time I checked, has a film.
No, that is you.
One of
This has
us
nothing to do with me.
has several stage plays. Am I wrong or right?
Is it you?
And
That's not me.
and there's like a track. There's multiple tracks, audio tracks. There's a soundtrack.
Oh.
Bet you didn't know that one. Yes. Yeah, I do my research.
I love.
Am I right?
You definitely do your research.
What's wrong with it? She learned from me though.
Yo, when I did my first script, you literally told me, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're not here for you. Big question. Big question, Mr. Troy. What's the difference between a black lie and a white lie?
Okay.
Before you answer that, can we introduce the man, please? His name's not
My
Tyler
bad.
Perry.
My bad.
People are like, oh my God, Tyler Perry's actually no. Troy Crossfield,
so
everybody.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please introduce
She
yourself.
forgot.
We know who you are, but they don't know who you are.
Okay.
So please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is
You
Troy
have to come
Crossfield.
closer.
My name is Troy
Thank you,
Crossfield.
thank you,
I am the writer, co-founder of Crossfield House Productions, and writer, producer, actor.
He's actually
singer,
shy.
all that kind of stuff.
This
It's
is
frustrating. Like
hilarious to
the
see.
foot is
I'm so
tapping.
sorry.
He's so
I'm
shy.
just-
You should see him on stage though. Very, very
What?
active. Not like
Wow.
this at all. So
So humble. So humble.
poor Tish.
We love to see it.
Go ahead, girl.
We
now
love
you can
to see
ask
it.
your
Now I can ask my
question.
question. Okay. Black lie, white lie. What's the difference?
Okay. So the concept, of course, was for, the theater plays and stuff like that. And also actually coming from the black experience. So something like, Little White Lie could be like, oh, that dress looks cute on you today and stuff like that. The intention, the truth. The reason why I wanted to go deeper with the black lies is the lies that we actually tell each other, you know what I'm saying, to make people feel good about their own lives, to actually it just changes the whole narrative, because like there's so many secrets in our community, you know what I'm saying, in our families, in our homes, and like those black lies that we hold, eventually the truth come out, and it really can tear a family apart, tear people apart, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that those are the difference.
Okay. Simone, anything to add?
I have so many. Listen.
So interject, sis.
Some of these
Interject.
themes. How did you? Because this movie, the play, has a lot of themes and really important ones. How did you pull those out?
I pulled them out from family experiences. Once again about male abuse. In the home and stuff like that from fathers, and it's crazy because there's a lot of this that happens in our community, but we don't really talk about it.
Right.
We hide it.
Yeah.
And I really felt like the position of talking about those things. So yeah, it come from family, friends. Like you'd be surprised, like men that come after come up to me after the show and like, yo, like I went through that, and thank you for addressing that. You know what I'm saying? Like we see small glimpse of like the celebrities that have gone through, like a Tyler Perry and a Donnie McClurkin, and like gentlemen like that. But especially in our community, Jamaican, black, whatever, you know what I mean? Like a lot of us just we don't even address it. Like it didn't happen, and it doesn't happen, which is not the truth.
And it sucks because a lot of these people bring this trauma throughout their lives. And like one thing I did notice in the play is that how much someone's individual trauma can affect everything in their life. It's that butterfly effect that happens where you haven't dealt with your trauma at all, and now you've introduced another person with their trauma.
Yeah.
And then you introduce children and produce more trauma. So it's hardest moments with this, writing this, because it does seem to tap some personal experience.
Yeah. I think the hardest moment for me writing this was my family coming to see the play.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And just knowing that there's been those experiences, through cousins or siblings and stuff like that. I wanted to empower my family, but that was the hardest moment. This is a bit of a reflection of what some of our family has gone through.
Do you think that this could potentially usher in waves of healing for the community at large?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's important that we do get to, have these moments where we can talk about this stuff on this kind of level, because, people come and see a movie and a play, and, there's so many comedic factors in it. It kind of like, sometimes comedy is a distraction, but it's also a healing moment for people, because some people just need to laugh, you know what I mean? Because their real life is traumatic.
Right.
And I definitely do feel that this brings healing to some people because like you know it's like I want to come and talk to you about this after the show, like you know this happened to me and thank you. You know, I got a lot of guys, even the hood mans, and they're like, yo bro, like honestly, like on a level, like we need to talk about these things more, you know. That's yeah,
Roadman, thank you for coming out. No, I don't mean in a joking way. I should not have done that.
Wow.
that but honestly, like that's a really great thing to be able to channel and to bring out the roadmen, right? Because sometimes it's not that they chose road. Sometimes it's because situations like this have happened to them, and therefore they went down that path. So thank you for using your gift. So again, I'm going to ask the same question. When did you start writing?
Man, I started writing when I was a kid. It was raps. I was a rapper when I was growing up. And shout out to this homie named Gifted from Black. He doesn't even understand. Like he came to my public school and did this whole speaking thing at my school, and then he was a rapper. And like just from then I was like, man, I want to be a rapper now. So I had my red duotang hooked up with my white boy Chris Cote, and we was like rapping. And then, you know, high school I was rapping and battling in circles. And then, you know, I finally found my voice singing and stuff. But I would always like have creative ideas and stuff like that. And I'm always the crazy one as well too in my family, because I saw Medea, but I was Medea before Medea was Medea. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Putting on the dress and mocking my mom, one boy, 5 sisters. So, you know what I mean? I was always finding comedy in that. It's so funny because like I didn't do drama in school or anything like that.
Wow.
I just was always like, you know, the funny guy. Hey, come host my wedding. Come host, do this, that, and this, that. Even though you guys see me as shy, but I'm actually really crazy. But
he's starting to come out now.
It's He's
like a slow to
slowly the camera's disappearing and I'm just in a room with friends.
Okay,
so you know,
nice.
But I was writing forever, and then pretty much like stories just became a thing for me. I always had stories, always was writing scripts like that in my mind, but like I wouldn't share them with anybody because I was just being shy. And then songwriting became my outlet. So then later on I signed a writing deal with Sony ATV in the US.
Congrats.
And,
Congrats.
Became that guy, but then used that skill and just was like, yo, it's time to put out these stories that we want to tell.
Right. So going to the music now, why did you decide to bring out a soundtrack for this particular production?
Music was always important for me. You know, and just the whole thing of getting the opportunity to share all your gifts. You know what I'm saying? Because I really feel that's important, especially, you know what I mean, God blesses people with talent. So it's just like, yo, I'm gonna use everything that I got, and music is one of them. And I'm like, yo, I want to write some amazing songs for this play, for this soundtrack. And I got together with my team, and it's funny because, you know, Sheronna loves music just as much as I do. So you know, she's always like, man, we need a nice beat. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna write a nice song. So all these things came into play, and you know, of course, I had you know, Sarah G and Quinn and a whole bunch of artists that came out, and even on the new one, Glenn Lewis is on there. So like, you know, it was just like
talent.
It's time. You know what I mean? I just don't want to just do film and theater. I want to tell a story from all aspects. So that's where the music came from.
Simone, you want to interject?
Well, I do. Before we leave, I do.
Oh my gosh, we're almost done.
Yeah, this always
already.
Happens. We never have time. I'm telling you,
bro. Like I have 8 more questions.
You don't have 8 more questions. We have 1 more question.
Okay, you asked one more question.
It's more. What would you say is the most important thing for people to understand about coming to see this movie? Because we really want you guys out there. You have to see this.
You must.
I watched the play. Definitely the topics that are brought up in there are things that are, and yes, you do bring a little bit of comedy, but I'm going to say this, you do it tastefully. You do it where you don't lose focus on the theme. You pull us right back. We'll laugh, and then come right back to what's being talked about. So I love how you did that.
Thank you.
Why do you think it's so important for people to come see this movie?
It's crazy. Really quickly, and this might not be quick, but we just had this conversation the other day. Why is it important? It's important, one, as Black people, to support Black people in the arts. It's important because when we're all clapping together, more opportunities come. The door will open for other creatives and everything like that. If we don't support stuff like this, then we'll never have our own Lena Waithes in Toronto. We'll never have our own Tyler Perry's. We'll never have our own voices. So
we have one already. We have one already.
But you know, but what I'm saying, like, so that's one thing that's important, just on a level, and it's okay, because you know we understand that not all not all black people think the same or support the same way,
Sure.
which is fine. But on another level, on a deeper writing level, I think it's important to come out and see these stories because they're not ones that are often being told.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Child abuse, you know what I mean? Relationships and all that kind of stuff. We always hear about, you know, love, because people fall in love with a love story so easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like a father admitting that he abused his son, like those stories aren't told. So I think like, you know what I mean, those things are important. And it's also important because my team is full of beautiful women. All my co-owners, my
that was
producers
one of my
and stuff,
questions.
those are women. And like, it's like, yo, you're not just, we're all Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really appreciative for my team. And I really think it's important that, yeah, people come out and support because, you know, it's that time now, it's that season, and black women, you guys are really doing it heavy. And I'm just here as a face, but like there's like 5 of us, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the only man in the room. It's crazy. But but yeah, that's those are the reasons why you should come out and support.
So we have to go. Sorry. Yeah. We never have enough time.
Never.
Plus there's some technical difficulties today, so that gave us less time.
Yeah.
But guys, you've heard it here. You met only 2. This cast is humongous.
Massive.
All beautiful. If you're just superficial, just go because they all look good. Like if you want like 2 hours of just staring at good-looking people,
Yes.
talented, good-looking black brothers and sisters,
Right.
definitely. Little White Lie. Throw that back up again, please. Where can we find this? Where can we go see this?
Okay, so what we're doing for February, we just got the green light. We're going to be a part of the Kumba Festival in February at the Harbor Front. Shout out to Ashley Mackenzie Barnes, another beautiful black sister doing amazing things. She commissioned us to come and present Crossfield House a seat at the table. So we're going to give you another theater piece that we started workshopping called 1994. It's going to be dope. And we're going to be showing the film, the intent to film again. Because I want to just make sure that everybody's clear that this is an intent to film. It's an hour length. We pose it as a feature because it is more than a short film.
Right.
But we definitely want to continue this process and really finish the feature. And we're going to finish it. But we want you guys to come have a seat at our table in February.
So excited. I'm going to be there.
You got to be there.
Oh, yes. I'm media,
I'll be
so
there.
I'm going to be there.
Exactly.
Trust me, in the front, like, bam. Guys, thank you so much, Troy. Sheronna.
Hold on. We need the quote. Inspirational quote.
Oh, yes. You almost got off. You think you're slick.
I was like ready to take off.
No. What's the quote?
Make sure the people that are in the room with you see past the ceiling.
I'm going to go like, we're using that quote to share the show. You know that, right?
Sure.
Seeing past.
Did you write it down?
I'll need to make sure the people who are in the room with you see past the ceiling.
That's
beautiful. Shoot. Guys, you have a wonderful Friday, Troy.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in. Sheronna.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
you all for coming
in.
through. We
I'd love to see
appreciate
you.
you.
Guys here. Yes. Next week, I don't know what we're doing, but
what are we doing
make
next
sure you
week?
join- I don't know. Figure it out.
What's happening next week? We can talk about my birthday.
Anyhow.
Ooh, birthday.
Yeah.
It's not about you right now.
It's always about me.
Little White Lie. Okay, focus. Guys, go definitely take a seat.
Go
at the table
support.
in
Buy a
February.
ticket. Buy a
Support.
ticket for you, your friend,
Clap.
your family.
Everybody.
Follow
Let's
them
do
on
this.
social media as
all
well.
Social medias. I follow them all.
Everything.
And definitely look. I'm gonna put up an article that I put up not too long ago that I wrote.
Oh, give me the link. We'll put it in the description box.
We will put it in the description so you
Please.
guys can read about it and definitely go see it. Guys, have a wonderful Friday.
Wonderful Friday.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you
Yes.
next week on
In the Now.